Hey people, Demon here, and today I am going to talk about Black Clover. Now, these last few chapters have shown us quite a few things, and it's been very, very interesting. Like, first off, Asta giving away part of his body, that was freaking awesome and fantastic. And it turns out that he can do that, but he's too weak to give away the rest of his body. But I'm assuming once he gets more stronger, he can give away the rest. So eventually, he might be an idiot enough to give away all of his body, and he might turn into a full-on demon. Which then his friends will have to fight him and maybe save him, and maybe he might turn into a big bad. Maybe he'll be the, I guess, third? No, fourth, I guess. Because the first one was, I guess, kind of technically the first one was the diamond, not the, was it diamond? Yeah, I guess the first one was kind of technically diamonds, the Diamond Kingdom. They were kind of the first technically big bad, but not really. So maybe we'd only count two, and that would be the elves. I forgot the what is the what do they call their movement again? The Sun Nation or the Sun Sign movement or something like that. But yeah, the elves would be a big one, and also, of course, the Spade Nation, the demons that they're fighting right now. So does that mean if Asta gives away his body completely, could he become the third or fourth big bad, depending on which way you want to look at it? He could become like the big bad for the next season, and even make his own little squad until his friends finally kick his ass and beat some sense into him. That would be freaking amazing if that happened. But I'm assuming if he did turn into a demon, they'd probably change him back really fast and really simply. But it'd be cool. It'd be really cool to see a whole arc just with him being evil. That would be freaking awesome. And could you imagine if he like persuaded, if he persuaded like Noelle or one of the other many heroines that want to get to him? That would be freaking awesome. So we have that, and I don't think his demon's gonna be as nice as Kurama. It's probably gonna be like Kurama in the first in like the first Naruto, not Naruto Shippuden, or the beginning of Naruto Shippuden. I guess it might be him like then when he was still super fucking angry. So yeah, I don't think Naruto's demon's gonna be like. I mean, not Naruto. Someone's playing music. I gotta talk over it so it doesn't copyright. Goddamn people. Stop playing music out of your car so damn loud. It's a very rude thing to do, especially so late at night. But anyways, I don't think Asta's demon is that nice. Uh, but maybe they can talk Asta into getting back his body. Who knows? But I think it's gonna be permanently gone or permanently altered at the very least. Um, so that will be very interesting. But another thing we saw was, well, we saw that, and then we saw that Asta's too weak still to fight against him fully without a captain's help. So that's something. And then we saw Asta taking over Captain Yami's sword. So this is the part I wanted to talk about actually, was Asta's newfound power, or maybe his dormant latent power that he never knew he had, to take over um a weapon that wasn't part of his grimoire in the first place. You could say, well, he did that with the elf. I think his name was Licked, I think, or the person pretending to be Licked. But those were his swords that came from his grimoire. So technically, you could say like, well, those were the swords that came with the grimoire, and he just took them back. You could say that technically he took them back. You know what I'm saying? So you could say that about that. But this is the first time we see Asta taking a sword that was never in his grimoire, that's a brand new sword, taking it, infecting it with anti-magic, and then it going into his grimoire, which is amazing. He has a new sword in his grimoire that he can use at any time. And I was thinking about this. I was thinking this has so much possibilities that he can do now. Just so much possibilities. Like he could do this with a sword? Do you imagine if he could do this with other weapons and other swords? He could use this with any other sword. Maybe we don't know for sure, but he could use this with a lot of other swords probably, and a lot of other weapons. Could you imagine him doing it with like a mace or a hammer or an axe or a throwing knife or uh I guess he already has a katana. I was about to say katana, but he already has a katana. Like a throwing knife or a kunai or just any other weapon. That'd be freaking badass. Or imagine if the Black Clover universe has guns, and so far from my memory, I haven't seen any guns. So I don't think they do have guns, and if they do, I must have missed them. Or I might have forgot about them, I guess. But I don't think they have any guns, but could you imagine if they do have guns? And then the question is, do the guns fire normal bullets, or do they fire magic? Could you imagine if Asta infected a gun with his anti-magic and that became part of his arsenal? And he just shot anti-bullets or just anti-magic in general at people? That would be badass. And you might be saying, well, there's going to be no guns there. Well, what if it's like a magical item? It's like a magical gun. That would be badass. If Asta had like a handgun or a rifle or a shotgun, he just walk out to people and just go boom, 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 and just be like, you're fucking dead. Well, not maybe you're dead, but like, I just like neutralized your magic pretty much because I shot anti-magic at you because I'm fucking awesome. That would be awesome. And thinking about that, what if it could infect other things? What if it could infect clothing or armor? That means Asta could infect armor or clothing, and then it would be in his grimoire, and every time he took it out, he could wear it, and basically any magical attack would just kind of fall off of him, or just get reflected, or just be nullified as soon as it hits him. The majority of magical attacks would do that against his anti-magic armor. He could just be standing there and just taking a bunch of blows, and he'd be like, I don't even feel this shit, because my armor just reflects all this shit, or just makes it null and void. That would be fucking hype, dude. That would be awesome. If he could do that with goddamn all armor. Or clothing in general, I guess. He could do it with any clothing, and he could probably have a similar effect, but it'd be way cooler if it was like armor. Especially if it was like armor that actually looked good on him and not look goofy. That would be fucking awesome if he wore some anti-magic armor, especially if he learns how to control his power. That would be awesome if he had that in his book. And that could also anyways. And then the third and final one I was thinking about, like, there is such things as magical items. What if Asta could make one of the magical items his own? Now, this wouldn't make much sense with like a communication device. It would kind of be like, why do you want to make an anti-magic communication device? Unless he can't use a magic communication device, I guess. But I think he can. I'm pretty sure he can. But I don't know. But could you imagine if he had some kind of magic device that did something? Maybe it was a weapon of some sort, or maybe it was something that healed people, but it used magic, but then he infected it with anti-magic, and he could just whip it out of his grimoire at any time and use it. That would be freaking awesome. And that kind of goes back to the guns. Like, they could be a magical device as well. But then he could infect them and use them as his own. He could infect them with anti-magic and use them. It'd be pretty damn cool to see that happening. Like, that'd be pretty awesome. Just to see him get all these things and be like, oh, look at what I have. What if there was like a magic device that allowed you to teleport, and then he couldn't use it because it was magic, but Asta could use it once he infected it with anti-magic. Then he could just teleport anywhere, and it could be in his grimoire, and just he could take it out whenever he freaking wants. That would be freaking amazing. I was just thinking about that ability. Like, there's so much possibilities they could do with that. Like, he could find one of the bad guy's weapons and just take it. And imagine if it goes further than that. Imagine if it goes to spells. Like, what if someone tries to hit him with a spell, and he, like, somehow grabbed it and anti-magicified it, and then just could take it out of his grimoire whenever he wanted to and use a unlimited source of that. That'd be amazing. Like like the spells I'm thinking about, like imagine if Magna threw one of his fireballs at him and he grabbed it, made it anti-magic fireball, and then threw it back and he knew this spell from his grimoire. He could just be like, anti-magic fireball, anti-magic fireball. That'd be amazing. Or luck, imagine if he used an electrical bolt on him, and then he did the same thing. Electrical bolt, anti-magic, anti-magic electrical bolt. That'd be amazing. Or Noelle with her water magic, he could use an anti-magic water dragon. Or maybe even water water armor. I don't know. That'd be freaking amazing as well. If he could like absorb her armor and just be like, hey, I have anti-magic water armor now. So I'm way more badass than Noelle is. I mean, don't get me wrong, Noelle's pretty badass with her armor, but if Asta had that and it was anti-magic, that'd be pretty cool. But it would look like some dirty water, to be honest. It would just look like some like dirty black water, but it would look really cool at the same time. Um, just imagine if he could do all that. What if he could do that with Captain Yami's spells, and he got like Captain Yami's dark slash spells or whatever, and he just like took down just like anti-magic dark slash spell. That'd be freaking amazing. I don't know if they're gonna go that route. I'm pretty sure they might go the route of like, hey, he can absorb certain weapons and certain objects, maybe weapons and clothing or weapons and armor. I don't know if they would go like he can also like assimilate people's spells and have them for himself. Cause then that would make him like super oh fucking P, and it would be super fucking amazing to see that. Like imagine one of, I think his name is Lix again, I don't remember for sure, but the light elf that had light magic, imagine him absorbing one of his spells and just having a light magic anti-magic spell. That'd be amazing. Or imagine him having King Julius's time magic with anti-magic. That'd be freaking amazing. Oh man, I don't know. That'd be amazing. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Just my thoughts and opinions on some stuff. Just a theory, a thought, something I wanted to throw out there. Tell me your comments down below. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. Best way to kill my content, and link down below to my Twitter. And as always, friends, stay sane. Peace. Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby, and you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look over here, buddy. Look over here.